when we turned on Peachtree, hit Calvin, suddenly they just pulled behind us. And then I pulled over because they got behind us. They didn't pull us over then, they didn't throw lights on us. But then when I took off to drop Bud off at his house, they put the lights on us. And then that's when the chase started.
So did you stop?
Yes, I stopped twice.
Completely, and we let him out of his house. As soon as he got out, it made a siren noise come on, so we pulled over. So we were like, put your hands up and walk backwards towards the car. He did that, so he was like, everybody in the car, put your hands out the car. You know what I'm saying? So everybody did.
You guys are completely stopped at this point.
Yeah, we stopped. We stopped. And then they told the back passenger to get out and walk to the car. So when the back passenger got out, he took out running. So it was more officers came to the scene by then though. He took out running and the three chased after him. And then he told me to get out the car. So I got out the car, he put me in handcuffs, and he told me to get on my knees. And I was finna get on my knees, I'm like, it's wet out here though, Peters. He was like, you better get down before I slam you in your fucking face. I'm like, why you wanna do that? I haven't even did nothing. So he put me in the back of his Tahoe, went and got him out the car and put him in the back of the Tahoe with me. No seatbelt. He got in the truck, put his seatbelt on, and pursued the chase.
So the guy that was running, that's where they went out. Did you guys talk to the mayor or anybody about it, or you guys found a sling?
This is what happened. I came down here and got a complaint filed, but I had to go to court that morning.
For what?
Misdemeanors.
So unrelated to...
Unrelated to this incident, misdemeanors. So I talked to the DA. I told the DA, I said, well, first, after I walked out to clear my situation. I walked past the DA like I wanted to talk to him, but I didn't think he was gonna talk to him by the expression on his face. So I walked out the door and I turned around. And I asked him, I said, Mr. Hollis, can I have a moment of your time? He said, yes. So he came to me, stepped to me, and he asked me what's wrong. I said, sir, I was one of the gentlemen that was in the back of the Tahoe with Mr. Peterson as he was pursuing the chase. And I told him exactly what happened, from the beginning to the end. And after that, I asked him, what should I do about this situation? He told me, get a state attorney. I left out. I left out, walked out. By the time I got home, I didn't know nothing of him putting the officer off on leave of absence with pay. I didn't know nothing about that. But I was one of them gentlemen that was in the back seat with no seat belt while he was pursuing this chase.
So who did you tell that to?
I told this to Steve Hollis, the DA, in the courthouse. Actually, I spoke to the DA myself. He told him and asked him what I should do in this situation that I brought upon him. He told me to get a state attorney. And I went back. I was like, well, Mr. Ratcliffe, and he told me he was gonna set my court date off. I said, Mr. Ratcliffe, I got a situation, see what's wrong. I told him what happened. He said, well, get in touch with me. And that's why I'm here now.
So this would have been another case just swept on the rug if you never would have said nothing.
I would have never said nothing. It would have slipped under the rug like, what is he getting a leave of absence for? He captured him. What is he getting a leave of absence for? I talked to the DA. This was Monday. I mean, it was Sunday the accident happened. Tuesday I went to court. Tuesday I talked to the DA. Tuesday he was on leave of absence. What is that for? You know, after I talked to the DA.
Suspended without pay or?
Suspended without pay.
Okay.
With
or
pay.
suspended with pay.
With pay.
Yeah,
Suspended with pay.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's this for? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. What is this for? Now, if you caught the man and got him for his violations, what is you suspending him for? After I done talked to you, then all this happened. I want to know what's going on because I wasn't in no seatbelt in the back of that Tahoe doing the whole chase of him chasing Mr. Charles. with no seatbelt on.
He wasn't even in custody.
And when I
they
asked
usually-
him what are you doing? I'll turn you loose after I catch Charles.
Like what you gotta do with Charles,
I
huh?
feel like we were being.
So they didn't charge y'all with anything that
We
night.
was not
That
charged.
with anything.
We was turned loose. He took us back to the scene where it started from and turned us loose. Like, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. All right.
Yeah. If they suspended him with pay, that's usually the investigative procedure. It's what they have to do because the police are in a union and they won't just let them fire him willy-nilly. They have to do the investigation. They have to suspend him with pay until the investigation is over with.
But every time he got out that vehicle and we stopped, we wasn't in no seatbelts. He buckled his seatbelt up, made sure he was in a seatbelt.
Yeah.
To cut these corners, to pull over these hills, to stop, to direct traffic while we was in here detained in handcuffs behind our back.
Yeah. So you couldn't put your own.
We
seatbelt on.
we couldn't even motion to just help ourselves to get a grip to stay in the seat
Right.
while he was turning.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He's kind of sliding all over. the place
yes,
back there.
yes was. Yes was.
Is the brace from that or no?
I went to the hospital. I had lower back and top back pains. I went to the hospital.
You have back pains before this incident?
No,
or-
sir. I went to the hospital to get checked out, told them what was happening with me. A day after the situation. Yes, sir. So when I wrote on my paper, they asked me, why is your back hurting? I told them I was in this Tahoe, driving for an hour and 30 minutes around Jasper in pursuit of Charles Adams with Mr. Peterson with no seatbelt on, over humps, meter lanes, intersections, stopping. And he buckling his seatbelt up, and mine wasn't buckled, but I'm slung all in the back seat.
High speed too, huh?
High speed at its most.
Yeah.
Get in, buckle up, and smash the gas. Forget about me.
Yeah.
You had time enough to loosen his handcuffs up, put him in the car, put him in the car, and put handcuffs on me, and put me in the car. Get in the car, buckle his seatbelt up, and take off at a fast speed. Not even thinking about, are we safe back here? We don't have nothing to grip hold to, because our hands is behind our back. In cuffs. Handcuffs. In handcuffs.
Yeah.
And I was
Right,
asking him, man, when you gonna take us back? When you gonna take us back? He was like, when we catch Charles. I'm like, huh? When you I ain't committed no crime. I had my license and everything.
You say his name is Peterson. What's his first name?
Mike
I don't know his
Peterson.
You know his badge number or no? You have to get that.
no, we didn't get his
It
badge
ain't
number.
Peters, it's Peters.
Now, I'm trying to. Did he think that y'all were associated with
I don't
this
know.
gentleman he was looking for?
I don't know what he was thinking, because I didn't watch cops before. Everybody, they pull out a car. If somebody run, the rest of them stay at the scene, right there at the scene with the cameraman. We was put in the car on the scene with him and took off.
Yeah.
Never thought about putting our seatbelt on, our safety.
This was the third party.
This the third party.
He was
He
detained
stayed.
at the house. He ain't going no ride. He was stayed at the house in the Tahoe the whole time. And while we were doing the same thing.
So you said that you were the uncle of the guy that before the trip.
Yes.
Right. So did
Correct.
they know that at the time, or how did
No,
was he with you guys and then he took off? Or
Then
what
he
was
took
that?
off.
So they were thinking that you guys were probably all together and
I don't know. He didn't ask no questions. All he asked was, put your hands outside the windows. That's all he wanted to know. And after we done that, I guess he didn't do it. And he kept constantly asking. Bud stepped out the car. They ran and put Bud in handcuffs.
who's his buddy?
This gentleman here, this Bud. They put him in handcuffs. Turn around. Sit down, Bud. No. Everything went well. It's,
So you're fine with everything, just the fact that they didn't put you guys in the seatbelt when they were doing all this.
I'm not fine with nothing, actually, to tell you the truth. because it was a lot of rules broke as he was proceeding.
Yeah.
It was a lot of rules broke. Safety rules, a matter of fact. Safety is the most important thing. Click it or ticket. I got to be in a seatbelt, no matter what. Back seat, front seat, laws. Now, if you make the laws and break the laws and change the laws, I don't know what's right or what's wrong. Well, my understanding, you know, I don't know what's right if you're constantly changing them every day. So the matter at hand is safety rules. I should have been in a seatbelt if he was going to take us with him. I should have been in a seatbelt. Buckled. Buckled. Point blank, buckled. He buckled.